All right. Welcome, everyone. I'd like to thank you guys for coming to our general membership meeting for today, for July 20th, 2023. I am the current chapter president for VA Rep, DFW chapter. And I'd like to thank everybody that's coming on, all our members. Glad to have you on here. Also, any guests that are on here, glad to have you on here as well. And also just want to welcome all the veterans that are on here. I want to thank every veteran for your service up front for our veterans that are on here. I see we have Brandon on here as well that we're going to be introducing shortly. And he has some other folks with him as well. So I'm so glad to have us on. But like I said, we're going to have a lot of information that we're going to be covering today. But like we always do, is we want to go ahead and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you can stand, that'll be great. But if you cannot, that'll be fine as well. But like I said, we always start with the Pledge of Allegiance for all our meetings. I'm going to go ahead and start. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you. All right. And bear with me, guys, as I go back and forth and I toggle. Bear with me. As you can tell, we got stuff popping up on the screen here. There we go. All right. So VA Rep's mission statement, we also want to go over that before we get started, which is increasing sustainable home ownership, financial literacy, education, VA loan awareness, and economic opportunity for our active military and veteran communities. Today's agenda, we'll be going over board introductions, the policy conference. We're going to do a recap from our very own Government Affairs Director, Richard. And then also we're going to talk about the 2023 DFW calendar. We're halfway done and we got some more stuff up and coming that I want to make sure that we're all made aware of so we can continue to participate and continue the mission. We'll have our second annual golf tournament coming up, which we're super excited about. 2023 National Convention, which will be in October. If you want to know the true heartbeat of VA Rep, you want to come to our national convention if you can in Orlando, Florida. And we're going to talk about membership and we're going to talk about board opportunities. Speaking of board, I want to go ahead and introduce our board, VA Rep chapter board of directors. Myself, once again, Gary Walters. I'm the current president. Our vice president, we have Kelly Houston. I don't know. I think you guys just see the screen that I'm sharing, but I'm gonna unshare the screen. You'll see Kelly Houston. We also have Nina Swartz. She is our secretary. Milda Cooley. She is our current treasurer. Richard Gregory, government affairs. Mark Alexander is our membership director, and Sal Ali, who is our education director. Also, we would like to introduce today, during our general membership meeting, our new community outreach director, Brandon Huggins. He is a U.S. Army veteran. We're super excited about him being on our board. Man, he has a lot of good things. Since we're introducing you, Brandon, you have anything to say? If you can.
Thanks for welcoming me aboard. Appreciate it very much and looking to serve and help out. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. And then also we want to introduce our new committee chair, which is Gregor Matthews. He is also a U.S. Army vet. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a while and just go ahead and let you guys know that as a board, our goal is to continue the mission, which is to advocate for our veteran and active military. And then also we want to make sure that we continue to educate the real estate industry on VA loans, how to market to our veterans. We go to the policy conference every single year in Washington, D.C., which we're going to cover with Richard in a few seconds. But I did want you guys to see us in real life version. Me, myself, the president. We have Kelly Houston. She is the vice president. Richard Gregory. He is our government affairs. Brandon, community outreach. Who else is on here? Oh, there he is. There goes Sal. He is our education director.
Hi, everyone.
Nina.
Sorry I'm a little late.
Oh, no problem, sir. Good to have you on. Oh, yeah, and just some house rules. If you are not speaking, make sure you keep your device on mute. Mark, I see you're darked out as well. We can't see you still. I think he has some technical difficulties over there. And then we have Nina, our secretary. She'll make sure we stay on time. So good to have everybody. The next thing on the agenda is for us to talk about the policy conference. And we just did the policy conference. Let me see here. Bear with me. There it is. All right. So we just did the 2023 policy conference. Let me move this out the way. There we go. We just did the 2023 policy conference. It was from June 25th to the 27th. The conference is filled with education sessions, town halls to educate attendees on the important housing policies. It's also there to do lending initiatives. VA rep members have the opportunity to meet, I say once again, the opportunity to meet with Congress and to advocate for VA reps' policy positions on issues that affect military and veteran home ownership. So that just I just want to make sure that everybody knows that as a chapter, we are trying our hardest to get the rules changed. For everyone that does not know, back in 2020, we were responsible and assisted with them changing the VA loan cap. I don't know how many of us know this already, but there is no cap on a VA loan. Depending on the lender, you could do up to a $2.5 million VA loan for a veteran. And VA rep was responsible for that. The highest amount that I've heard so far for a VA loan was $4 million. So there's opportunities to do a VA loan and hit that $4 million mark for your veteran. And that's the type of information we want to continue to get out, but then also make sure we continue to advocate, because if VA rep was not here for that, to help get that done, we wouldn't have that opportunity to do those loan amounts. So VA rep got a lot going on, and without any further ado, we're going to bring on Richard, our government affairs director, to tell us what happened in the policy conference that he went to last month.
All right, thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. I do apologize. I'm kind of calling you guys from the Calgary airport, so hopefully I don't miss my flight. To kind of start off with the policy conference, like I said, this was probably one of the best years I've ever been to because of the amount that we got accomplished. It was just a whirlwind of information. So the main purpose of that we went there this year is we were trying to get two pieces of legislation passed. One is HR 4335 and then HR 3240. The difference between the two ones is we're the Valid Act, and also we're trying to get chartered as a VSO. Now, looking at the two different ones, one is more of an amendment to a current law. So the Valid Act, what we're trying to do is lenders are required by law to disclose all fees for conventional and FHA loans. The only thing that's not listed. So due to predatory lending and lenders taking advantage of our veterans, trying to steer them away from our VA loans, they're not putting that information out there. So we're trying to get Congress to amend that piece of legislation to force our lenders to include the VA loan fee structure along with it. So that way our veterans and our active duty military have a full picture of what all their options are and total cost of everything. So like I said, we told Congress, and it seems like everybody we talked to, they said this is a no-brainer. I don't know why we're not doing this, because first of all, there's no budget impact, which is, if you try to introduce any bill and it has a budget impact, that's probably going to be your biggest hurdle. There's no budget impact on it, so we got that one covered. Second thing, it's a bipartisan issue. I mean, this is not a political thing. This is not a Democratic thing. This is not a Republican. This is a veteran issue. So like I said, this is a no-brainer. So it was, like I said, it was a whirlwind day and a half. We had 40 teams of about 80 people total. We had set 357 appointments. So it was basically 15 minutes in one office and running to the next office, 15 minutes in that office. And like I said, by the time Tuesday came around, the second day, everybody knew who we were, because the two main sponsors to these bills called us up and said, hey, we're getting inundated with all this information. It's like, y'all doing a great job. The second bill that we're looking at is a VSO charter. Now, we are currently a VSO, but we're not chartered. And the big difference on that is we're, as a chartered VSO, that allows us access to military bases and the VA. So one of our missions is to actually get to our service members before they leave active duty, so that way they're fully aware of what the VA benefits that are in front of them. Gary is talking about some of the things that we do as VA rep. I'm not sure if y'all are aware of what the Blue Water Act is, or Blue Water is. Basically, what Blue Water was is it's a act by Congress for benefits for our soldiers who were affected by Agent Orange in Vietnam. Now, the funny story about this is that when this thing was first introduced, it went through Congress, got completely, passed through Congress, stamp of approval, had the big chartered VSOs like American Legion, VFW, Vet Care, all of that. All those guys looked at it, stamped of approval. Got to our desk, and they looked at it, and first thing they do is they jumped on a plane to Washington, D.C. and put an immediate halt on it. Because if we had not gotten involved, it would completely have decimated the VA loan process. So with our help, we had it all rewritten, got it back into Congress, got it passed through Congress, and passed through Senate. So the big change is what the Blue Water Act is. Our sailors on the outside were actually getting cancer from Agent Orange, but they were not included in the VA benefit because it was only included for soldiers with boots on the ground. They were saying, well, they never touch ground, so there's no way they're going to be affected about it. What they didn't take into account was that the water that the ships were in, because if you're familiar with the Navy, they take the water in, they salinize it, they use it for drinking water, bathing water, cooking water. So that water was contaminated with Agent Orange. That's how our sailors were getting cancer. So after that came to light, the bill passed and amended. So now the Blue Water Act includes our sailors because they have proof that it was caused of the water. So like I said, these are our two big missions, and like I said, we're still hitting them. I mean, we're sending them emails, contacting them every week, saying, hey, have you been able to get hold of Congressman so and so and get them to co-sponsor? And like I said, we're still beating the ground. We have 2 more weeks until Congress is out of session, so they're going to be hearing a lot from us.
Man, that's a wonderful update.
Yeah.
And just to make sure everyone that understands this, when we go to Washington, we go as a humongous group, and we're vocalizing the needs of veterans and the fact that they need to be able to take advantage of the VA loan. And there's different things that involve the VA loan that a lot of things that the Congress may not even know about.
Yeah.
So as we continue to vocalize and being the voice for our veterans, we make change happen, right? One thing I can say is that being part of VA Rep, you'll have an opportunity to go with us to Washington, and you'll be able to build relationships with different people in Congress and different senators. And those type of relationships can evolve into things that can continue to put you into the spotlight and help you with your individual things that you're doing as far as being part of VA Rep and enhancing what you're already doing for veterans. So that's the main thing I want to make sure we understood about what we do at VA Rep.
So the one major thing about the VSO charter that we're trying to do is right now we have 36 charters out of VSO charters out in the US. Out of the 36, not a single one of them handles the VA loan process. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get chartered as a VSO so that we have a seat at that table. So that way, when Congress comes up and starts making all these plans, we're included on this. And so that way we can sit there, hey, we're the professionals. We're the ones that know exactly what's going on. This won't work, or this will work, or this is how you should write it. So like I said, we want, it's not only so we can have access to our military before they get out, we want to have access to Congress before they make mistakes. Because like I said, they're getting advice from people that VA loan is not in their wheelhouse. So like I said, the charter is a huge step for us.
Absolutely. And there's no other organization that's doing what we're doing. Okay. Our main goal is education.
And it's not like it's something they want to do, because none of them want anything to do with it. So like I said, we are the only ones that are proficient in it, and we are the only ones that should be handling it.
Yeah. And we're an organization of veterans that's ran by veterans. So just like when a veteran gets out of the military, he'll have an organization to go to see all his benefits, right? He also have an organization to go to learn about different work opportunities, and trade organizations to learn about different trades that he or she wants to do as a civilian. But where does the veteran go to get information on obtaining a home? And that's what we want to do, to be able to not only help them get the information on obtaining a home, but also financial literacy. It's a lot of folks out there. I mean, we know that right now with our own clients that don't know certain things when it comes to finances. And that's why we want to be there and available for our veterans to help them get that financial literacy that they need. Thank you, Richard. Anything else, man, that you want to cover? Anybody got any questions for Richard? I know you got to get on the plane though, so I don't want you to miss your plane.
No, I'm fine for now. I just got the message. It was delayed half an hour. So
okay. Any questions for our government director?
I have a question. Sorry, Cal, you raised your hand. I just started talking. Hey, everyone, I'm Sal, by the way. I'm the education director on the board here. Jerry brought up a good comment that I fully agree with. We need cash out refinances in Texas.
Yeah.
Just curious if anybody knows, why do we not have it?
Well, Texas does loans differently. You know that.
yeah.
I mean, I know the reason why. The
Why
reason
is
why
that?
is the same reason that we don't have cash outs for FHA in Texas. It's because FHA Constitution says you cannot do a cash out if there's mortgage insurance, and the VA funding fee is included in that same realm. Where other states, they allow it. We're the only state that does not allow cash outs on FHA or VA. I've talked to my state representative about it, and he was clueless of this, but it's so far down on the state rep totem pole of things to be able to discuss. This really, it hurts veterans, because what they have to do is get out of the VA loan into a conventional loan to get any kind of equity out of it that they may need to live.
Yeah, and then they have to double back to a VA refinance if they want the rate in the future. That's doubling up on costs.
Yeah,
Even
Exactly.
if their funding fee is waived, or if Because then there's no MI, but I guess that's specific, so it has to be uniform.
Yeah, there, I mean, there's so many differences that you can't take a one-off in lending. Where they go, if this is that, that is that, it has to be globally across the entire thing. That we can't use that kind of a scenario to do. So Texas has too many unique constitutional things about those loans, but I think if we could get VA to step up, which is ironic, on an FHA, you could, if you're a senior, you can do a reverse mortgage and take cash out. Still has MI, but you can't on a forward mortgage.
But we can do a
Yeah.
streamline. We can very easily do a streamline on an FHA
Yeah,
and,
but you
you know,
cannot
cash
get
out.
cash. The only thing you can get is your, whatever you have in the escrow account, which is like a mini cash out. Basically, you're upping the taxes. So you may get however much tax and escrow account you have back from the other lender, but you cannot, if you got 200,000 in equity in a home, you can't tap it and get that money out.
Yeah.
Sure, but if the issue is MI, right? If the issue is MI, we can do a streamline to calculate the difference in the MI, right? To refinance that
Well, there's
I
no
mean-
MI on a VA loan.
FHA.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think
FHA.
you're
No,
saying-
but if it's
It's not allowed.
FHA, if we're comparing it to FHA, there's MI on FHA.
Yes. then
And we're
that's
doing a
the-
streamline, right?
Yes, and you can't get cash out on a streamline in Texas.
Come on.
On FHA,
And-
and you can't do VA.
No, I understand, I
Yeah.
understand you can't get cash out, but when we're doing a streamline, we're refinancing, right? We're doing a
Yeah.
streamline, we're calculating the MI and the difference. So it's the same thing ultimately. There's MI there, right?
And guys,
Yeah.
that sounds like something that we can definitely
We can talk about this
spearhead.
all day. Yeah.
Yeah, so down.
There's
As
an
a
argument
chapter.
there. Yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
good, though. I love the conversation. Richard,
Yeah.
If I can interject on this, this is kind of bringing up a good point of what the purpose of this policy conference is. It's building relationship with our members of Congress. So not only is this giving us power and a footstep, but if this is an issue that we need to address, at least we have the relationship with our members of Congress. So like I said, if it's something that we really want to push forward, then, maybe we should put an agenda together for next year and, tackle all of our members of Congress in North Texas. And then I'll have, other regions join in. So that way we
Yeah.
can get some type of movement on it.
Mhm.
I love it. And see, guys, as an organization, we have the opportunity to do those type of things. We have the
Yeah.
opportunity to make the real changes that matter. And I can't see any other organization doing the type of things that we're doing for the active military and the veteran community. But I love the conversation, and I love the fact that we can put our heads together, because each one of us has a role to play to make a difference. Because I agree with Jerry, I agree with Sal, Melda, I agree with the fact that we do need to do some cash out deals for our veterans here in Texas. But we've always just chalked it up as Texas does loans differently. And what we can do is start making some changes. But yeah, like we said earlier, we could talk about this all day. But I thank you for that input, Sal. Anything else, Richard, concerning the policy conference?
Nothing so far.
Anything you can share with everybody on here so they can realize what they missed out on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, it was running from the minute we wake up to the minute we go to bed. But we did have an opportunity to give away a free home to
Wow.
a Navy veteran out of Louisiana, and to watch his daughter and the excitement in her face to get her very own house was absolutely heartbreaking. I mean, that was the highlight of my day, to watch her excitement. So like I said, it was
Wow.
just, and of course, we had to end the night doing our 22 push-ups.
And
Yeah.
for everybody that doesn't know about the 22 push-ups, we do the 22 push-ups pertaining to the veteran suicide rate.
Yeah.
And we want to continue to do that. We have that on the calendar as well for the Stop, Drop, and Push campaign that we're going to be doing in September, if my memory serves me correctly.
Correct.
But those are the things, guys, that we're doing as a chapter. I think all in all, since I've been since VA Rep was formed back in 2010, we have given away what, Kelly? Over 45 homes, mortgage-free homes to veterans. Wow. I still remember the time we went to Mesquite and we gave that mortgage-free home away, and the whole atmosphere and everything that we did that day was powerful and impactful for everyone that was involved. But speaking of the different things we have up and coming, the next thing on the agenda is the calendar. Let me share my screen again. Bear with me. All right, can everybody see my screen? All right. So far 2023, and thank you again, Richard, for sharing all the information. Thank you for the recap. The goal is for next year is to have all the board go to the policy conference along with as many members as possible, so you guys can take advantage of the opportunity to gain that knowledge and experience of going to the Capitol. All right. So if you look at the calendar, 2023, we've done a lot of this stuff already. The MVAC certification class was awesome. We sold out with everyone that came to the class. And for everyone that doesn't know what that is, that's military and veteran housing certification course. For all my realtors, we were able to give you 7 CE hours and also educate you on everything when it comes to a VA loan from the beginning to the end. So it's so much that's in that VA class that we do, and you will get certified at the end of it, where you can add that to your signature line on your emails. And also we have a booklet that I use all the time, a manual that you can go back to if you have a certain situation or a question concerning a VA loan. Also, we did our lunch and learn. I think so far we've done about, help me if I'm wrong, Secretary, 3 or 4 lunch and learns already this year, and we have more to come. During our lunch and learns, we'll pick a topic that we discuss, and just like we just talked about the cash out situation, we could talk about certain things like that during our lunch and learns and start coming up with some solutions and leave the lunch and learn knowing more than what you did when you went to the lunch and learn. All right. VA Loan Advantages was one of our lunch and learn. We did the Memorial Day ceremony. That was in Dallas at the Arlington National Veteran Cemetery. Mark, you went with us, right?
Yeah, I was there at the Memorial Day ceremony. There was a huge turnout. Not everybody knows that we have a national cemetery. Everybody knows about the one in Arlington, Virginia, but we have a national cemetery here in DFW, down at near Dallas Baptist University and everything like that. And there was a huge turnout. It was a great ceremony. They intend to do something for Veterans Day and do that every year. And so I think it's a great time for us to make our presence known and just be seen and see how we can serve our veterans. And then Gary, remember we did a lunch and learn about the VA appraisal. When we sat in and watched the VA the head of VA appraisal for national give a speech.
Yes, and that was a great lunch and learn as well, because we were getting information straight from VA concerning VA appraisals. That's another topic that we want to be versed at when we're dealing with our clients and our industry partners. It seemed like we've done a lot, y'all, already for the first half of the year, and now we got more to come the second half. Nina.
Yes, I was just saying we did 4 lunch and learns at this point in time. We have 2 left to go. So if you missed the first 4, we have 2 more coming up.
Okay, perfect. And then also right now, what we have up and coming on the calendar is the golf tournament on August the 31st. And then we will have the Stop, Drop, and Push campaign that will be in September. And then in October, we'll have the 2023 National Convention in Orlando from October 15th to the 17th. Here's some pictures that I was able to grab from our golf tournament last year. Guys, we had more fun at the golf tournament than I thought we were going to have and it was an awesome time. I want to once again thank Richard and Sal for everything you guys have done to put that together, and they're looking to do the same thing. We're looking to double the numbers for our golf tournament. Sal, go ahead and tell us a little bit about that golf tournament.
Oh man, I'm so excited to start. Our first annual to start, we didn't really know what to expect. We had an excellent turnout. There were over 60 plus golfers that came out for the day. We had a color guard, we had a speaker, the whole nine. It was an amazing experience. This time around, we just want to ride on that momentum. We have a lot of the same players returning, along with the same sponsors, along with a lot of new interest, really, in the tournament across the board, and more importantly about VA Rep. Who's hosting this tournament, why we're doing it. So we're super excited. There's still availability across the board from participants and sponsors. Tournament will be on the 31st at the Texas Rangers Golf Course. If any of the members here, anybody in general on this call, are interested in being a part of this at any capacity whatsoever, whether that's volunteering hours, helping with sponsorships, setting up tee sheets for our players, anything at all, any capacity, please feel free to reach out to me or Richard. The more the merrier, and we're really excited just to see how big we can make it this year. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. Once again, that golf tournament is going to be at the Texas Rangers Golf Facility Golf Club. A lot of people come to this golf tournament because they haven't had a chance to play at that golf course yet. So it's definitely an opportunity for you guys to come together with like-minded individuals and not only talk about VA loans, but have some fun and see what we got in common. But like I said, man, it was some folks that even came from out of town to our golf tournament. And like I said, we're looking to do the same thing. How many golfers do I have on here? I know Sal can golf. Brandon, got a golfer? You can raise your hand virtually.
I think we had a group that drove all the way from San Antonio up for the day just to golf with us, and then we're driving back home.
Okay, Glenn is a golfer as well.
We got some coming.
I can
from
drive the
Chicago.
golf cart.
Hey, that was fun, driving the golf cart.
I have clubs in the outfit.
Okay.
So I have friends who saw me post about the golf tournament from Atlanta, Chicago, and Tampa Bay, and they're all flying in this year to play in the golf tournament.
That's what I'm talking about.
And they're super excited. I'm super excited for them.
Yeah, you got some good friends.
They like to play golf.
Well, Sal's a great guy as well. So I'm gonna share that information again. So for everybody that if you want to take a snippet of this and share it with your circles and get more people to come out. Like I said, we had a great time. There will be food served, and we had great weather when we did it last year. It did rain, but it didn't rain it started raining exactly when the last cart drove in after they finished their round. So it was meant to be, and we're looking for it to happen again. And there's nothing wrong with a little rain in August, right? So let's get the golf tournament going. I'm super excited about that. And another thing that we are super excited about, we're going to be doing our 2023 national convention. How many people on here have been to our national convention already? All right. So here's the deal. If you want to know the heartbeat of VA Rep and see how big and massive we are as an organization, come to the national convention. You will be getting there are a lot of education courses that we'll be doing. Some of my people are coming to become MHVC qualified so they can start MVHC qualified so they can start doing classes for realtors, loan officers on VA loans. So it's an opportunity for you to come out and get involved and meet the rest of us. As we continue to network together, you don't know what can happen when you go to these conferences and what kind of relationships you're going to build. So if you can come out, I know my board is working on all of us being there for October, but I went to the one in October. I mean, in Orlando before. It's awesome. A lot of things to do in Orlando. I went to the one that we had in San Diego. That was a great conference. And then the one before that was in San Antonio. So we do go out to these different states and we do these conventions. And I wish I can explain and articulate it a little bit better than what I'm doing. But guys, you will have a great time. More information will be coming out concerning the convention on where the hotel is going to be at, and for you to make reservations for everyone that's looking to come out. What else? Oh, and we also do a gala on the last night, and we also have great speakers during our conventions. All right, so I'm gonna keep going on the agenda. I want to make sure I know everybody's time is valuable. So the next thing that I want to talk about is VA Rep and why should you be part of VA Rep. I don't know how many people are on here that are members already. Do we have any questions here before I move on to that? Okay, I'm looking in the chat. Oh, 53 homes. We've given away 53 homes so far. Thank you, Kelly. What else? Golf tournament. I know, Sal. I've seen that. I seen it, Sal, but that's okay. I took some pictures and I got some, we have a lot more pictures than that too. Go to our Facebook page and check out the golf tournament and the videos we did. All right. So why should you join VA Rep? Why should you join? What's the big deal? Well, I gave you guys a lot of information so far, but here's some reasons why people join. Top 10 reasons. Is opportunity to serve the housing needs of those who served us. It's an opportunity to receive essential education to better serve the military and veteran communities. It's an opportunity to be part of the first and only largest national nonprofit dedicated to improving the lives of our service members. I've been talking a lot about VA loans, but we do a lot of things as well within the veteran community. We've did the Secret Santa last year, the Stop, Drop, and Push campaign. We've given away, we're working on refurbishing cars and furniture to give to our vets that are in need. We have a lot going on. It's an opportunity to further develop your business by networking with over 7,000 VA Rep members across America. I'm just going to skip around on these a little bit. And like I said earlier, the opportunity to fundraise and give back through VA Rep Cares. The 3 programs under this brand include suicide prevention, housing assistance grants, and emergency funds for assistance for our veterans. The annual membership for individuals is $99. Don't miss the opportunity to invest into yourself. It's only $99 a year, and you can sign up and get connected. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick on some of my board members and some of my members. Where have you gotten out of VA Rep so far that I didn't mention?
I honestly did not know we were so heavily into the government.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
it was literally just simply a volunteer organization. We fundraise, we help our vets, but I really didn't know anything about us going straight to, Washington and lobby on the floor. I didn't know that about us.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Well, Gary, you certainly mentioned the networking, but being able to meet like-minded people around DFW, I think that's been the biggest benefit that I've gotten out of this. There are so many people that say that they support veterans, that say that they do VA loans, but to see them participate in the organization and be able to give back in that way in the various ways that we contribute throughout the year, that's definitely been a benefit for me.
Absolutely. That's a good point. And the one thing that I've noticed is that I've been part of, me and Kelly, we've been part of VA Rep for a while now. And it is involved into something that's so near and dear to our hearts that we want to do the best we can every time we do an event, every time we do an outreach, every time we raise funds. And there's many organizations out there that are willing and looking to support a veteran organization. They just don't know about us here at VA Rep. So it's important that the reason why I'm going over all this stuff, so you know what to articulate to the people that you run into concerning what we're doing as an organization. And Melda, did you have something else, Melda?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've been a part of several of these labor force organizations, and many of them are in it for the money, you know, the sponsorships. And I can honestly say that VA rep is in it for the mission. You
Come
know,
on.
and it really, really is. And it's more of, you know, it's, the organization has their stuff together. It is a national organization. You have connections throughout, you know, every state, and the camaraderie is there too, you know. But just very recently, you know, I was the president of another organization locally in Fort Worth, and that's the difference. The way that we have, you know, the DFW chapter, we have our stuff together. We have access to everything that we need. And like I said, yes, we're a nonprofit organization. Yes, we work on sponsorship. Yes, all of the above, right? But the difference between this organization and that organization, like I said, it's the mission. And we really are working for the veterans, you know.
Man, that's
and
powerful.
yeah, you take a pride in our volunteerism. It is, what we're doing is for the veterans, you know, the mission. It's above no other.
Amen. Since we're a veteran organization ran by veterans, check this out. Everything is dress right dressed. We don't, a lot of the information we need, we have a handbook that we go by. And it's not like we're just thinking of stuff, hoping that is working. We're doing things as an organization where it worked in other states and it works in our states. If we need information on how to do the fundraisers, we got a checklist to go off of. We set up our business plan each and every year. So by being part of this organization, you'll be joining an organization that's already doing it, and you're joining it to add to, but not take away from what we're doing. So, I mean, it's a great opportunity for everyone that wants to get involved.
Absolutely. And you know, the position that I took on with this board, Gary, I took it on because it was the only position available. We talked about that. It's I don't like messing with other people's money.
Oh,
You
come
know,
on.
the treasury position, I took it on by default, but
You're
I'm
doing a
really
good
glad
job.
I did it. I'm really glad I did it because, like I said, the difference, it allowed me to see the difference between this organization and that organization. Like I said, our
Yeah.
stuff together. And it is very clear and like easily accessible to reports, you know, to everything. Huge difference from other national organizations that are in the same position, right? Supposed to be nonprofit, all of that fun stuff. I couldn't get access to a report of the other organization if I wanted to. It was like pulling teeth. Here, I'm doing it on myself. I have access to everything. It is very clear and it makes sense. So, it's a great organization. I'm really glad to be a part of it. My son is a Marine. My husband is a veteran. You know, it's family tree, and I'm just proud.
Wow. Well, I mean, you rolled right into the next screen that I want to share. I don't know if I'm sharing the right screen. Let me see. Let me try it again. All right, I think that's the right one. Everybody see my screen there? All right. So yeah, we're looking for leaders. You know, if you want to be part of our organization and do some of the things that we're already doing, if you're not already part of it, I would suggest that you be part of it. It's easy to get involved. You know, you can get involved and join today by going to www.varep.net. You'll also get more information on our organization by going there. Can you guys see that on my, can you see my screen? Okay, making sure. Our chapter is Texas DFW, because part of joining is going to ask you what chapter you want to be part of. And then you want to check out our Facebook page if you want to see some of the things we've already been doing throughout the year. I think we lost Mark, but I know my vice president, she does an outstanding job on talking about membership. Tell them what else they'll get out of membership.
All right, everybody. Yes, I can be called on in a blink of an eye. So
Don't get
membership.
ready, be ready.
It's all about education, making sure that we're all up to date on everything new and fantastic about the VA loan. There's a lot of misconceptions out there. We want to make sure that we're educating people on all the right, up-to-date information. It's also about networking, being able to communicate and network and meet and greet people who are like-minded, who are definitely, absolutely 100% into helping the veterans and making sure that they're getting access to the VA loan benefit. A lot of them don't even know that it's there. A lot of them think that they can only use it one time. A lot of them don't understand all of the advantages they get by going VA versus VHA or conventional. And then also being able to provide yourself with that additional information or additional symbol that says that you are active in a military organization and you are active in working with veterans. Being able to take our logo and putting it on your Facebook post or on your signature for your email, so that when you do interact with a veteran, they know that you are part of something that is definitely focused on improving the VA loan process for them. Gary?
Man, you hit it right on the nail. I think it's a travesty at times when I work with a veteran and I'm doing their VA loan and they've already bought 2 or 3 houses and they never use their VA benefit because they didn't know about it. And the person that they were working with never mentioned it to them. So those are the type of things that we have an opportunity to do here at VA Rep. So this is our general membership meeting just for our members. Also, if you guys have any questions that you have concerning your membership, and anybody that's a guest, if you have any questions about VA Rep, we want to go ahead and open the floor for any questions. Any questions? Wow.
Hey guys, real quick. So I just wanted to say hi. Again, this is Brandon. Thanks for offering, the opportunity for me to come and serve on the board.
Yes.
And just so the information that you guys are talking about, I have 4 soldiers with me in my car. I'm on our way to Fort Hood to do some training. And every single person in this car has done a VA loan at some point in time. And they were impressed with the meeting, how articulate you guys were on educating everybody on the mission process. So this was really good just for these guys to go, man, there are groups out here who truly do care about us. And obviously they see that you guys are veterans and understand that we have a background of leadership and understanding of what it means to be a veteran. But they were commenting on how great you guys were. So thank you for that, by the way.
Brandon, man, that means a lot, man. Thank you guys.
And thank you guys for your service.
Yeah, thank you guys for your service.
Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
guys
you.
for what you're doing. And I think it's a great opportunity to serve those who served us, who's serving
Absolutely.
us right now. I talk to a lot of veterans and people that are in active military that kind of didn't think about buying a house while they were still in the military. But I got some of those guys, they have more than one home now. So when they get out of the military, they already got some investment properties to continue to take care of them and their family. And you guys more than deserve as much as we can give you for what you're doing on a regular basis. So we definitely thank you guys. Thank you for your service. Man, I think this is a good meeting. Yes. Oh, go ahead, Rachel.
Okay, so a couple of questions that I had are there different committees that are available for, I'm so sorry, give me just. So sorry.
No, it's okay.
So obviously I'm a new member. I work with Brandon Hudgens at Corporal Contractors. I run the business development side and the sales team. And I truly just like individually myself, I am passionate about being of service. So I want to know what other committees are within your organization. And then you had just briefly mentioned about looking for other positions within your board. And I wasn't
Yes.
sure what those were as well. And then also I saw the calendar and I was wanting to know, are there still opportunities to add different things to that calendar, even though we already are technically past the 6-month mark?
Good questions. The first thing is, yes, there are opportunities for you to serve on committees. Our committee chair is not on right now, but his main job is to put together the committees needed. Because I think what we're, as a chapter, what we was focusing on first was getting a solid board, which we have. So now we're going to start creating committees, and then we're going to need committee chairs for each one of those director positions. So that's what other chapters have done in other states. And man, when we put together events, it's really going to make it easy for everybody to contribute and be part of it. So yes, we're actively looking for individuals that want to be part of the committee, because that's the next goal, the next stage for us. Richard.
Yeah, to kind of add on to that, I'm looking for a committee chair for government affairs only because the position that I'm doing is really involved with members of Congress, and I want somebody kind of following in my footsteps, so that way come next year I pass it on to them. So like I said, I'm basically looking for somebody to kind of take the reins next year.
Yep. And that's how we're growing. That's how we're doing it as a board. When we have our meetings, we are talking about strategic ways to increase our, to add people to our committees, and then also see who will be the next person up in different board of director positions. To answer your other question, it slipped my mind. What was the second question again? I had the answer. I just got to
About
remember.
being able to add other calendar events
Oh, there it is.
to the big calendar.
Yeah, that calendar that I displayed is an outdated calendar per se, because we just updated our calendar again with some new events that we're going to be doing. And we share that during our different general membership meetings, any updates or changes to our calendar. So yeah, we got some additional stuff that we're going to add to the calendar, and we're looking forward to any other suggestions that we can add to the calendar as well.
Okay, and then I might have missed this part, but would this be considered almost like a member orientation, or is there a separate member orientation to expect?
Good question. So we have a national association director. And what I've noticed that they're doing is they are reaching out to all our new members, letting them know about VA Rep and everything we're doing locally and nationally. So you'll be able to get that information, then you'll get acclimated, and then you'll be added to our website where you have a certain type of access, where you'll have access to the VA Rep chapter handbook, which I tell all my board to read it. Sometimes when they ask me a question, I'll say, read it. It's in the manual. And that helps us all stay on the same page. But Rachel, that'll give you all the information you need to know for what we're doing as a chapter and nationally, and answering your questions concerning your membership.
Okay,
Like I said,
perfect.
dress right, dress.
I truly appreciate it. And then I have like a million questions for Sal later on about the golf tournament. We
Perfect.
have, as Core 4 have already did a sponsorship, and I wanted to get extra details, what that looks like, if he needed extra committee chairs or anything for that as well. So Sal, wherever you're at, I will be reaching out to you.
Yeah, I just messaged you my desk number. You can give me a call.
Perfect.
Hey, Rachel, could
Yes,
you
sir.
also give us, send us a one of your logos?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're still looking for host sponsors, aren't we? Yeah, we need more host sponsors as well. So yeah, we're planning on having a great time for the upcoming golf tournament, but that's right now is one of the top things that are on our plate as well. More information to follow when it comes to the Stop, Drop, and Push campaign. Kelly will be getting that information. I think she'll be first sergeant on our Stop, Drop, and Push campaign this year, like every year. So any other questions? Great questions, Rachel.
There was a comment in the chat box for Brandon, and it was from Glenn Barola. He said, "Thank you, Brandon, and your men for your service."
Wow.
And
Guys,
I think
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
he's already dropped off, but he did say thank you.
You guys got me super motivated as a board, as members, and just the men that are serving. I mean, guys, we got a lot of work to do, but it's good work. So I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Once again, thank you for your service, for all my veterans and my active military guys. You guys stay safe. And then also thank you, my members and all my visitors. I think this was a great meeting, and we got more meetings to come. Hopefully we can see each other face to face for the next one. All right, if we don't have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and adjourn this meeting.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Everybody
Have a
stay
good day.
cool, stay hydrated.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye. Good weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one, y'all.